Hopefully everything will work out properly, audio, video, you name it. No crashes, no stutters. When I say no crashes, I don't mean me crashing, of course. Same thing. Look at this. Look at him. Look at him. You see that? You see what I got? I should have got second place from that. Dude, that was just so awful. He is right up my ass. Come on, hang on to the track, hang on to the track, don't do that! Don't do that, dude, come on! This guy's really trying hard to pass me here. I do not want to go off the track. Been there, done that, don't like it. Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Another stream, Project Cars 3. We're going to see if we can get everything in the correct working order. We're going to try to get XSplit to work, we're going to try to get the game to work, and we're going to try to get my microphone to work as well. I think I got everything in working order, so we'll go ahead and launch this. And I want to take this time to praise the folks over at Codemasters, praise the folks over at XSplit, praise the folks over at Microsoft and Turn 10 Studios. But I've been having a really hard time trying to stream any of the racing games using XSplit. The games love to crash and give me all kinds of different audio issues. And as a result of some automatic content readers, if you will, on YouTube, I even had an issue with detecting background music in this game, rendering me not able to post the video, or I suppose keep the video up. But we're going to try to work our way through that today. I've turned all the music settings down to 0 in this game, so we're going to try working with this game as intended. Hopefully everything will work out properly, audio, video, you name it. No crashes, no stutters. When I say no crashes, I don't mean me crashing, of course. Very weird getting used to this handling again after having last played Forza Horizon 4. I played that game a couple of nights ago, and that, I gotta say, when I first played that, that impressed the hell out of me. Once again, another one of those games where it's a shame that I got into it too late, because we're looking at the release of a Forza Horizon 5. When exactly, I'm not sure. The near-ish future. I think there's already a trailer out for it. Project Cars 3, though, is brand new, looking to take advantage of its newness. And we're going to try to have a good time with this, striking while the iron's hot. Invalid lap time, of course. Alright. Tell you what we're going to do is we're going to restart that, as much as I hate to do that. Got to get myself a clean lap time. It's my fault for going off the track there. Unfortunately, Project Cars 3 is very, very picky with touching the walls or going off on the grass, cutting the apex too hard. I'm sure any of you who saw my previous stream on Twitch, not on YouTube since I had an issue with content there, those of you who saw my stream on Twitch noticed that if I so much as look at a wall the wrong way, I end up scraping up against it, slamming into it, you name it, and the game will invalidate my lap time completely if I so much as breathe on a nearby wall. So I have to be very careful with my laps, and that involves a lot of counter-steering, that involves a lot of early braking, and involves a lot of game restarts because I am not used to racing games with a little bit more realistic handling. And I'm sure some of you out there who played the first 2 Project Cars games are going to be immediately pointing out that this is not a sim game like the previous 2, and you're absolutely right, it's not. But if you play a wide variety of racing games, going to the really arcadey stuff, oh, come on. See, look at that. Again, invalid lap time. Just touch the grass, it's invalid. For any of you out there who've played other racing games, broaden horizons with all kinds of different titles, this is far from the most arcadey you can get. That's probably going to be, at least these days, going to be Need for Speed franchise. That's a game where you can slam into a car head-on. I'd even say, honestly, Forza, not necessarily just Horizon, but Forza 7 even, I'd say that is more arcadey. Whoa, that was a bad corner. I'd even say that's more arcadey than Project Cars 3 is. But this is definitely a departure from the first couple of games. This is definitely a more forgiving game than the others, but still not my cup of tea regarding the rules because I'm going to make mistakes. I play all sorts of different games. Jack of all trades, master of none, so it's definitely hard for me to really master a racing game if I'm only playing this a couple of hours a week. I got to try to keep the streams fresh, so I am rotating this game in and out with other stuff. Of course, I'm sure you guys who have watched me beforehand, any of my followers, are used to me playing Call of Duty, Overwatch, once in a while some stuff from Destiny 2, Elder Scrolls, Guild Wars, you name it, all sorts of different stuff. And as a result of that, I need to constantly adapt to whatever genre of game I'm playing, and it takes focus off of the other ones when I do that. When I focus on MMOs and driving games and I return to a shooter game, I'm absolutely horrible at it. My aim is awful because MMOs and driving games like this, there is no aim. There's no such thing. Likewise, if I go play a couple of hours of Call of Duty Warzone or TDM or whatever, I'm going to be awful at driving games because I've forgotten everything that I'd learned a couple of days prior. The good news here, if there is any, is that at least with this particular map, we're just looking at a uphill climb time trial. We're not using an actual full racetrack of different cars here. These events are predetermined. What I'm actually going to be doing here, I have no choice of track or anything like that. Layouts, cars I'm racing against, you name it, even choice of car. You're given a handful of cars to pick from, and what I ended up picking was a Mitsubishi Lancer Evo. Oh, coming across the line, I think. There we go. See how bad my time was. Good news is I didn't come into contact with the wall. Ooh, yeah, I didn't even make the minimum requirement. Look at that. Yeah, so I gotta fix that.
Nothing less than perfect will do here. Focus on keeping it fast and smooth.
Yep, he's not wrong. Hopefully with a little bit more of a idea of what the track is going to be like, hopefully I can concentrate a bit more, talk to the camera a little bit less, and maybe we'll have a better lap time as a result. Well, not with speeds like that, though. As I was saying earlier, you get a handful of cars that you're able to pick from, and I chose the Lancer Evo. It has a great reputation. There we go, invalid lap time. It has a great reputation, usually for grip, although not in this game. The four-wheel drive seems to be kind of non-existent. Great reputation for grip, off-road prowess, and a really excellent engine despite its lack of displacement. And it's definitely a very highly modifiable car, which is always a plus if you're looking to stretch its legs, do a little bit more with it. It can be competitive with much more expensive vehicles by modifying it a little bit. Yeah, the corner's a little bit better. I'm going to try to shut up a little bit and concentrate on my lap time. There we go, right into the wall again. The way this is working lately, I think there's going to be a lot of restarts in my future. I'm not a sorcerer, and I do not have a crystal ball. Can't see into the future. Somehow I feel there's going to be a lot of race restarts in my immediate destiny. Oh, come on! Why did you go into the grass? It's ridiculous, man.
Time to focus. Let's get a good lap in.
And you know, initially I want to say that I would do better with like a real steering wheel and pedals and stuff. I really don't know if I would. But we all drive, any adults here watching this video, we all drive day to day. And obviously we don't always drive fast cars. I do have a German sedan four-wheel drive car, and obviously that's going to behave very differently than any other racing wheel setup that I've ever played with. I was fortunate enough when I was a kid to have a really old school V3 racing wheel, I think it was, with a serial port, and I actually used that to play Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit, believe it or not. Not exactly the most simulation-focused game in the world. But even with the racing wheel, it did not feel like I was in, you know, really good control of the car. And I feel like a wheel might help me here, but maybe it wouldn't. It's hard to say. Maybe it wouldn't help me. Yeah, you can see how far off I am from where I should be up in the... Well, actually, maybe you can't see that, because right in the top right-hand corner is going to be the webcam feed. But I'm sure you can guess that my timing is going to be way off compared to where it should be to get this event finished with. So we have a certain lap time that we have to meet on this hill climb. And the first time I successfully made it around this track, I wasn't even close, wasn't even in the neighborhood. They don't give you a bronze, silver, gold, so to speak, but they do give you 3 different lap times. And obviously if you can beat all of them, then that's the ideal. I couldn't even meet the 3rd tier criteria. Alright, so I think this one I did a little bit better, not by very much. Let's take a look here. So I was able to get the bronze tier. So I might see if I can do this again. I don't think I'm gonna breach 226.
All we need is one clean, fast lap. Come on, let's do this.
Cal Luisu, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Thank you for watching the stream. No play multiplayer, dude. I can't even beat anything in single player. I don't know if you watched that last lap or not. I barely scraped the bronze medal. This is probably the, I don't know, hour and 40 minutes that I've spent with the game so far. The last stream I did was about an hour and a half, give or take. So I, by no means, have any mastery over these cars. So if you think I'm doing bad now against a time trial, I would look horrible against anybody who spent any kind of significant time with this game. I appreciate the encouragement, though. I'll definitely get into some multiplayer later if I play this enough, get a real feel for some of the cars that I'm going to be using. They're starting you off slow in this game. You're starting off with cars like the Lancer, and I'm sure eventually we can move on to some more exciting stuff, the Lamborghinis, the Ferraris, you name it. Forza Horizon 4 really shoves you into it if you get a better edition of the game. I started off with an Audi TT, and they ended up giving me a Pagani Zonda after about hour and a half of playing that. And I'm definitely not ready for that in this game. So I almost invalidated my lap time right there by going too fast. See, I think I'm going to probably end up treating this game the same way I would with most shooters that I play, where if there's a single player available, I use the single player to try to learn the game engine, learn the physics of the game, see if I can get a feel for things before I go out into multiplayer, so I can be a little bit more competent instead of having to learn both how the game works and contend with other more experienced players. And I'm going to see if I can apply that same concept here to the racing game. And Project Cars 3 is a great title. I'm enjoying it a lot so far. I think it'll be even greater once I get my 3080 or 3090 in hand from NVIDIA. We've got, of course, some new graphics cards being released in just a number of days. And we're looking real good. The performance of the 3080 and 3090 are both pretty mind-blowing. I think it was running Doom Eternal at something like 100 plus frames per second with ray tracing turned on. So I'm hoping we can expect that performance out of pretty much every game. And if so, then probably going to dump some money in that. Oh, we didn't make the second one, did we? No, I don't think so. Mastering the Trade achievement unlocked. I don't think we beat... No, see? Same thing. We didn't beat the second one. I came closer. I will give this one more try. I don't think I'm going to do much better than that. I predicted I'm not even going to be able to do better than 226. I don't even know if I can meet 226. This will be the last time I'm going to give this a try. What I will do is, once I complete this race one last time, I'm going to move on to the next one and hope that we can score some more points on a different race that has some other AI. Yeah, the Crew 2 I bought. The Crew 2, I was not hyped up for that like the Crew 1 because they removed one of my favorite elements from it, and that was the police AI. Yeah, I agree with you. This is harder than Forza, no doubt. I don't think Forza's an arcade game by any, you know, if you old like me, you might remember stuff like Cruisin' World or Cruisin' USA, and those games, that's what an arcade racer is to me. Ridge Racer, even. But I'd say it's kind of on the same level with, you know, Gran Turismo. It does give you some realism, but it's also not anywhere near as hard as Assetto Corsa, let's say, or the previous Project Cars game where you have damage physics that actually affects how your car performs if you dent your wing or clip a bumper or something like that, crack the splitter in the front, all that stuff matters. Yeah, I mean, with Project Cars 3, I think it strikes a pretty reasonable balance. I don't know how much you've played this game so far. Like I said, it's been less than 2 hours total for me, but it strikes a reasonably good balance, I think. I'm pretty happy with where it is. I just really need to learn entry and exits to the corners of the track, and that's only going to come with practice and use of the gas and brake, period. I don't want any brake assists on. They were turned on initially, and that was a big mistake. Yeah, I mean, that's all I can do is try these games, man. I mean, when I was a kid, I had to really pick and choose till I started working for myself, and then finally, once I had a steady source of income, I could buy whatever the hell I wanted and just try stuff. And I didn't always like everything I bought. Tried to make an informed decision based on reviews. I did like Project Cars 2. I do have that, and I may still play some of that here on the channel. Project Cars 2, yeah, that's definitely a different animal. That's much more realistic. It's not quite as nitpicky about how you set your car up as Assetto Corsa is. Assetto Corsa, you got to worry about everything. You got to worry about like tire pressure and balance of the suspension and everything. So Project Cars 2 wasn't that bad, but it's very, very finicky. All right, I think I might have made it just underneath the first place marker. No, I didn't even beat the second one. Alright, well, my initial prediction was true. It didn't even beat 226. Alright, I'm not going to bore everybody all day long by keeping on going with that race. So we're going to continue on here. Yeah, I agree with you with Need for Speed, man. Need for Speed was my jam. I didn't like Underground as much as everybody else. They were both fun games, and I sunk a lot of hours into them, don't get me wrong. But with the Underground games, again, they took away my favorite element, which was the police chases. Adding that extra threat there, to me, really was the little bit of extra adrenaline dump that made the difference between a regular racing game and then the Need for Speed series, something that made it really unique. Let's see. We're gonna try Dark Desert. See how this works. All I can do is the races that it tells me to do. Very linear path here. Mojave Coyote Noose. Sounds threatening. Wish I had some more cars to play with besides just the Lancer. But yeah, I do remember playing Underground 1 and 2. Those are both a lot of fun. The most hours I think I dumped into any single Need for Speed game would have been Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit and then Need for Speed Most Wanted. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people recommend the inside the car view to me, and I like it, but I can't be as accurate with that as I can with the outside car view, because with the outside car view, it's almost cheating in a way, because you can make damn sure that you hit the apex. Because the problem with the cameras in these racing games, no matter which one it is, I find, it sets you almost like you're an old lady driving the car. You're down lower than I would be in the real world, because in the real world, most of the time I can see over the hood of the car, for the most part. Obviously not, 100% visibility, but I can see more over the hood of the car. I can see where the lines are. The racing games, you don't really get that. You have to kind of do things by feel, and you know what, maybe with enough practice that might come, but I find the exterior camera better.
Keep focused, mate. You can do this. You'll make it up later.
That's very nice of him to say so. I don't know about that. These other cars are hauling ass. Problem is, I don't want to invalidate my lap time by going too far off the track there. See, now I'm scared. Now I'm scared to cut the apexes because of that. Then I got to restart the race all over again.
Nice one.
So a little bit past halfway through the pack. Position gained, okay, but for how long? Let's see here. Ooh, he almost rammed right into me. Look at that. And I lost all the ground I gained. Oh, this guy's a prick right here, this AI. You got to consider that too. I mean, hey, you know what? You play Forza, you know very well how much the AI, not the AI, the real players ram people. Yeah, I mean, you're going to find an abundance of console players with pretty much all of these games now. Call of Duty, man. If you see any of my Call of Duty streams, you're going to note that just about everybody in these crossplay lobbies, don't push me off in the sand. Everybody in these crossplay lobbies are playing consoles. I'd be lucky to find more than myself in a crossplay game playing PC. Everybody else is doing it on Xbox or PS4, and the numbers are pretty evenly split. I thought I would see an abundance of Xbox players or whatever, but no, it's randomized every game for the consoles, but I don't get jack on PC. I get a couple of players playing on Activision launcher every now and then.
Top job. You earned that one today.
I'm going to try to redo that. I should be able to get better than third place. I did make all of the check marks there, so that's good. It's a lot better than the hill climb I was doing. But no, there's definitely going to be way more console streamers than PCs, because you gotta factor in the cost of building one of these PCs. I think when I initially did this computer, this was built in January of 2019. I didn't spare much expense for the processor or the memory or the storage this time. What I did spare expense on was the graphics card, because I already had an NVIDIA 1070 at that point, which was performing pretty admirably at 1080p resolution, so I just stuck with what I had. And even without buying a graphics card for this thing, the build still cost me around $1,600. Plus, you gotta figure I also had a mouse, keyboard, and headset at that time. So I'm still using those from, I think now it's actually 2 computers ago. So I saved myself some money by cutting a couple of corners on equipment. Monitor has been the same for the last 3 PCs as well. So much so, in fact, that the monitor I'm using right now has a DVI cable, not a display port. So when I upgrade to a GeForce 3080, 3090, whatever, I'm going to have to get a new monitor because I don't have one that has a display port. So when you consider the cost of getting a gaming PC, never mind one that might have a little bit of extra power in it that can handle streaming if you're not going to be recording it with a capture card. That's a lot of money involved. A lot of people don't want to spend that amount. They would just rather use a run-of-the-mill desktop or laptop, attach a Elgato or a Razer capture card to it, and just use their PS4 or Xbox that cost them $500 to buy instead. Because hey, why not? I don't have any consoles at the moment. Last console I had was a Xbox 360, and you know what? I had a blast with it. And right about the time that I think Max Payne 3 and GTA 5 and some of those games were about to come out, it broke on me. It just stopped being able to read any discs I put in it, whether it was music, movies, games, whatever. I couldn't read any of it. So I ended up having to wait until the PC release to get Grand Theft Auto 5 and Max Payne 3 and all that stuff. But I think it was worth the wait, and I've always had a gaming PC ever since the, I'd argue, late 1990s. I had a PC in the mid-90s, but wasn't really very powerful until 98, 99, something like that. So that's when I started to get a little bit of extra graphical cojones, if you will. I finally got first place on that race. So redeemed myself a little bit for the crappy hill climb I did beforehand. Let's continue on. Hopefully I have enough points to, advance in the series. Alright. And now, considering the graphics cards coming out too, that's something else. Oops, that was the same race, isn't it? I gotta back out of that one. I don't want to do the same thing over again. I already did that lap twice. Track twice, excuse me. Something else to be considered too is, like I mentioned, I spent about $1,600 on this thing. You have to figure in, now with the new graphics card upgrade, I'm going to be looking at spending another $700 to $1,500, depending on what card I end up buying. Because that NVIDIA 3090 alone is going to be worth the same amount as my PC was in 2019. Just the graphics card. And the 3090 is a hell of a card. I believe that's a replacement for the Titan, but even so, that thing is only 20% faster at its best than the 3080 is. So I'm not sure if I'm going to want to make that much of an investment into it, especially if it's going to be outdated in just a couple of years. Because keep in mind, the 9900K that I have, it's an 8-core processor, pretty good clock speed, working great for me in every game I've played, but it's already a couple of generations behind now. And of course, AMD is doing some great work.
Stay safe out there.
Of course, we get some rain. Yeah, we'll see about that. Never been good in inclement weather. Anyway, yeah, AMD's been doing some great work with their processors, getting a ridiculous amount of cores up on their latest CPUs, and they're not beating Intel strictly in video games, but pretty much everything else, including video editing, which is something I have to do to get these videos up on YouTube. I have to edit them and then re-render them, which takes some time, and it's dependent on the processor. Graphics card too, but largely the processor. That's something to be considered. So next time I do a full PC build, it'll probably be something else other than the 3080 by that point, and I might even be doing a completely different processor. I might be doing an AMD build again. I'm a little bit sour on AMD because my original streaming setup that I had going was this computer, and I had bought a laptop with an AMD processor specifically for streaming purposes, only to find out that the Razer device that I had, the capture card that I bought, does not play nicely with AMD USB drivers. If I'd bought an Intel machine, it would have been fine, according to the support folks I was in contact with. And I want to actually take a special second here to give a special shout out to the folks over at XSplit. Their customer support for me has been phenomenal. They really went the extra mile and tried to do everything they could to get everything to work for me. But ultimately, it's going to come down to the AMD USB drivers, and there's not a whole hell of a lot I can do about those. This guy's really trying hard to pass me here. I do not want to go off the track. Been there, done that, don't like it. Oh, this guy's trying to push me in the grass. No bueno, man. Getting some pretty good speed considering the weather.
Now is the time. Second place is still possible. Just one more lap to go. Keep on it.
Oh, I went way too wide on that. Ended up drifting a little bit. Not my intent. It's a shame because I had first place locked down. I had it. I let up off the throttle a little bit, and that's all it took. And we got Mr. Civic Type R in front of me taking over instead as a result of my error. It's all it takes. I think I could probably gain first back if I had enough laps left. Oh, no. That was bad. That was a really bad corner. I went into that all wrong. Corner mastered. In what way was that mastered? I don't think so. Okay, that was a mastered corner. That went pretty well. That was much better. Yeah, I cannot catch up to that Civic. You don't hear that too often, do you? I can't catch up to that Civic. Really good on the apex up until that point there. Oh, now I'm going to lose my second place too, because the Honda took me on the inside. I'm going to come in third. That sucks, man. That really does.
Great job. Great driving. See you on the podium.
I lost first and I lost second. That sucks, man. What did I get? Didn't win the race. Didn't master 7 corners. Drafted opponents, which is not even really my intent.
The track is wet, so it will be slippery. Dial yourself into the conditions.
Hopefully I can get first place on the second try. I want to try to gather enough points to sweep the series, because this is not a game where I'm taking first place every race. I seem to be doing a little bit better with grid, and I think so far with how little I've played Forza Horizon, it's a bit hard to tell, but I've been doing better in that game. I reiterate that I haven't played as much of either of those as I wanted because of the poor performance with both of those games and, well, really all 3 of these games, this one too, and XSplit. The first time I streamed Forza, I had a audio issue. Don't go off, come on. You're going to lose all your ground you just took over. Yeah, I mean, the driving feeling, it's a little closer to real life than other games I've played in that you have to counter steer. So, like, if I'm just driving down the block, if I'm going to the, you know, CVS pharmacy or whatever to go pick up my prescription, I take a corner, I can kind of just let my hand a little bit loose and let the wheel turn by itself as I'm trying to, oh, no. Oh, come on, why would you go 10 miles an hour after that? I live in the northeast part of the U.S., so I've got all kinds of pharmacy chains around me. I got CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid, you name it. But just going on down the block like that, I can just kind of let the wheel slip through my hand nice and loose, and the car will automatically correct itself to go back into a straight line. This game, it doesn't really do that, and that physic doesn't exist. It's not something you want to do on a racetrack, to be quite frank. I suppose if you're going at a really low speed, you can maybe do that, but that's, you know, driving really relaxed.
See if you can get on the back of their gearbox and sneak past.
That's not the way you would drive. Oh, I'm just doing so bad this lap. That's what I get for not paying attention. I'm going to have to do this one more time where I really pay attention and keep my mouth shut. That's not something you want to do in a race where, you know, a mistake not only cost you first place, it's going to send you into a wall. So this game is a little bit more realistic with its handling in that you have to constantly counter steer. I cannot stand how much speed you lose off of a drift. That part to me is not realistic. Driving in the rain in this game is kind of like driving on an ice rink. You tend to keep your forward momentum a little bit more than you should. Yeah, rainy tracks suck and you gotta slow down, but not that much. I don't need to go 10 miles an hour around a corner just because I lost my back end a little bit. I can maintain that forward momentum and counter steer. Works that way in pretty much every other game. This is the only one I've seen with that mechanic thus far. You lose the littlest bit of grip on a corner, it slows you down to almost nothing. You can see how wide this car is going. One of the reasons I picked the Lancer, to reiterate, was because it was a good four-wheel drive vehicle. This and the Subaru WRX STI. Oh, there I go. I don't think I'm even going to make it above 6 now. This and the Subaru WRX STI, great rally reputation, great racing pedigree, the both of them. And I picked this one for its four-wheel drive ability, but I'm not getting that four-wheel drive advantage. It feels like a rear-wheel drive car when I'm racing this. Yeah, see, and there we go, and a little Scion with the really weak engine. Toyota GT86, Scion FRS, Subaru BRZ, whatever you want to call it. Got ahead of me there. Yeah, see, that was even worse than last time.
The track is wet. Just take the first laps easy and get used to the
I have
conditions.
to try to shut up for a bit and pay attention to this race. Much better so far. Hey, who knew you'd have to pay attention during a race to get better results? A little bit of a drift through there despite the four-wheel drive. I'm telling you, man, driving this thing for whatever reason is driving... It's like driving a Camaro. Rear-wheel drive V8 Camaro. I've got some good power going, but this thing is just not giving me the grip I'm looking for, especially in inclement weather. It is. Driving in the rain is super hard. It's like I said a minute ago, it's like driving on an ice rink in this game for whatever reason. And again, I've driven in the rain for years. I'm not saying it's easy. No. Oh, come on, man. Come on, seriously.
Now we need first place. Come on, you've got to find a way past.
Stop drifting around the corner so much. Go. Come on. I don't think I'm going to get first place anymore. I don't know what it is about that stupid Civic. That thing is always in first place. I cannot get past that thing. And there I go on the gravel, and I'm going to lose second. I'm seriously going to have to take an entire lap seriously and not, entire race seriously and not talk at all. As soon as I opened my mouth, that's when I started losing focus. See, right now, up that straight, I was counter-steering, and I don't know why I'm counter-steering. No reason for it. Alright. This will be my last try. I'm going to take this entire race seriously and not talk.
The rain's getting a little heavier. Start, mate. Nice one. Good job. That's P3. Keep it up.
Go! Come on, go! I know this car can accelerate faster than that, rain or not. Following the correct line, but he's still passing me somehow. Same thing, and it's another Civic. I cannot outrun those guys no matter what I do.
Last lap.
Another one, another Civic.
To take second place. Come on, you can do it.
Come on, accelerate. Somehow I shift gears down when I get nailed from behind. Get out of the way. See, I'm all over the track. I cannot get my car to stay in a straight line. Up, there I go. Gonna lose all my places again because I keep going too wide. Yep, there we go. Alright. It's just unbelievable how you can hold on to first place just fine for multiple corners, and the other cars can just slingshot past you for no apparent reason. They gotta finish in at least third to progress. See, like, notice how much speed I have. Notice how much speed I had going into that first turn. So I have all the acceleration and speed in the world at the beginning. And then every corner from that point. Every corner from that point, the Civics are always able to pass right by me. Look at the distance I got on the mini-map. Look at that distance. I'm probably never going to get that again. Stop drifting so much. Look at him catch up to me. Look at that. Perfectly straight line. Catching up to me, no problem.
Ease off. We'll need to fight to hold the position to the finish line.
And my car's sliding again, so I'm going to be losing precious fractions of a second. He's going to try to pass me there. I'm going to try to block him. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. I got to hang on to the track, and I got to find a way to accelerate away from him, which my Lancer does not seem to be able to do, except for the very beginning of the race for some reason. Pray for me. Cross your fingers for me. No, 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 no! Do not let him pass you, come on! Ah, man. There they go. There they go. My car loses a little bit of grip. This guy's in the grass and he's still able to out-accelerate me. You see that? Come on. Stop drifting so much. Just take the corner. Same thing. Look at this. Look at him. Look at him. You see that? You see what I got? I should have got second place from that. Dude, that was just so awful. That is just so ridiculous how he's able to shoot past me like that. I gotta see if there's anything else I can do to my car, because this problem I'm having with the Civic, this is like an every race problem. But that one was just ridiculous. As far as I'm aware, Civic is not all-wheel drive. I'm pretty sure that's a front-wheel drive car. Alright. Can I upgrade this car at all? Not much by the looks of it. Yeah, see that? That already pushes me over into D category if I do that. Yep, just the slightest. Could do an intake. Could do an intake, could do a camshaft. I will have to do the camshaft because I got to keep myself underneath D level. I doubt that's going to make much of a difference, but I will try. Let's see. So we'll try grassroots, see if we can get ourselves through here. I'm not finishing good enough. That's the problem. I finished first on desert. I wasn't even close on uphill struggle. I think I finished third on that, second on home run. I honestly don't know if a first place win here, if it's even possible, is going to be able to be enough to sweep the series. UK driving, much like Forza Horizon 4, except we're on a closed circuit. They really got to give you some practice laps for this thing too, or at least a podium, which you can do in Grid. Another Codemasters game, I might add. And another racing game that does not work well with XSplit, although not anywhere near as...
This one's for real. You got this.
Yeah. This game is not anywhere near as bad as Grid when it comes to recording. Or recording with XSplit in particular. Starting really close to the back in 14th place. And I can't gain any ground because I'm getting blocked on each side, so I can't pass on the inside or the outside. Look at this, again, on my right-hand side. Dude's able to just accelerate no problem on grass. If I so much as look at the grass, I lose like 15 miles an hour of speed. These guys can drive right on top of it, no problem. They can even out-accelerate me. As was evident by that red slip. Oh, there we go, invalid lap time. Notice what I said about the grass. If I look at it the wrong way, that immediately screws me up. Either just throws my lap time away, completely, or slows me down by like 5 million miles an hour. Might as well be driving in reverse, and these other cars can just go right over the grass and slingshot right past me, no problem. They don't get their lap times invalidated, as far as I'm aware. And I can't honk at these guys like I can in Forza. Can't pass these guys even though I'm trying to. Again! I don't know how you want me to pass these guys. If I can't take them on the inside corner, I don't know what you want me to do. This track is just too narrow for me to be doing anything here.
Good driving, that's third place.
Now can I maintain this? Don't go off and invalidate your lap time. Okay, apparently that was fine. I can cut across that way, that's no problem. No, you're going way too far off. Slow down. Come on. I have no idea how I'm still ahead right now. Ludicrous. Make very little mistakes to no mistakes in the rain. I get screwed, make all kinds of mistakes in the dry. No problem.
Final lap and we're leading. Let's bring it home. You can do this.
Missed that apex really badly. Almost went off again. Come on, hang on to the track. This car just does not want to stay on the road at all. Once again, look at that mini-map and look at behind me. Those cars are nowhere near me on this track.
That was a masterful piece of driving. Great job.
I wouldn't say it was masterful in any way. Yet it's perfectly fine driving in the rain. Gets me screwed over. Crappy driving in the dry, not a problem. So, is it enough for me to move on to the next series? See, I don't know how long I'm going to be stuck in E-Class for. I'm at 299, so I can't upgrade any further. Did I not do that? Four and 6, right? Ah, another rain race. Well, I'm sure this will be entertaining. I'm probably going to have to try this 50 billion times in order to clear the track. I'd be amazed if I can get any higher than third. Once again, it's going to pose another problem. Thanks, United Kingdom. Appreciate the nice weather.
It's the final championship race. The pressure's on. We can do it.
And why is my livery gone again? All of a sudden, my car's back to being bone stock. All of my racing livery decals have been taken off. Look at how, okay, you want to talk about realism. I don't think anything screams not a racing sim more than what just happened with that car. And I'm getting pushed off the track now.
You're up to P8. Come on, mate. Let's catch 7th now.
Don't go on the grass so much. Come on. Stop drifting, stop drifting, stop drifting, stop drifting. Come on! I don't know why my car just slowed down randomly. This car just does not want to stay on the road. Come on, four-wheel drive, activate. Shouldn't even say activate, it's supposed to be a persistent four-wheel drive vehicle.
This is your last chance to take second place. Pile on the pressure and force a mistake.
There I go, way off, way off. There we go, there goes my third place. Back and forth now. Look at my car's tail end. I can brake as hard as I want, stop pushing me. This car just does not want to stay on the road. dry or wet, but especially in the wet. This car is horrendous in the rain right now. Lancer owners out there, what is going on right now? I don't have an issue in my Mercedes in the rain. That's a 4MATIC, so it should be in theory the same basic technology. This is not a vehicle where the all-wheel drive activates when it detects a slip. This is not like a modern crossover. This is an always-on four-wheel drive vehicle. Yep, and there I go.
That's
Couldn't crack the top three.
You deserve this championship win.
I don't know what championship win you're talking about.
The track's wet, so take it nice and easy.
I didn't even get to the podium. I'm going to have to quit at third and hope that's enough to move on to the next events. Look at that wheel spin, too. Immediately started pulling to the right as soon as I started. I'm going to take it hard into these first sets of corners because I have all these other cars to block me from going off the road. You can see that I have to correct after each corner. My Mitsubishi just keeps wanting to pull, and I gotta constantly counter steer to get it to stop doing that.
Good job, that's P2.
Look at it.
Keep it up.
Look at it trying to pull me. Trying to pull me, and then the counter steering is not doing much to correct that forward momentum. Alright, so got him on the inside corner. Come on, straighten out. Doing the same exact thing. Hard on the corner. Oh, look at that! Look at that! All the way down to like 20 miles an hour for no reason. It's like the car's continuing to brake, even though I've let my finger off of the brake button. See, I'm not getting that out of Forza. I'm not getting that out of Grid, which are kind of games of the same ilk. Again, it's not Assetto Corsa, and I understand that. But I just can't think of why it won't get off the brake pedal there and kind of let me accelerate.
Last lap now. Hold it together. This is where it really counts.
Oh, I went way too fast coming in here. Come on. Stay on the track. Let's go. Here it goes. Here we go again. Come on. Stay on the track. Let's go.
Great first sector. That's your best so far.
In what way is this my best so far? I'm all over the track right now. Doing anything I can to stop this guy from passing me, and it ain't working. He is right up my ass. Come on, hang on to the track, hang on to the track, don't do that! Don't do that, dude, come on! And that's it. That's it, lost it on the last corner. Ah, that's really disappointing, man. Unless I spend all day long here, I'm not going to get any higher than that. Figure after all this time I'd still be higher than level 2. I don't know what's the deal with the upgrade discount, because I can't use it because I can't upgrade my car any further, otherwise I'm out of E-Class. Am I done yet? Looks like I'm done. And somehow I have enough to move on to the next series. Is this just like all the way? Brody Specials. Mustang Rally. Dave and Goliath, 90s Throwback. Let's see where we're at here. A little bit past an hour.
Breakout is all about hitting targets to score as many points as you can within the time limit. Each target has a speed bonus. Hit them as fast as you can to earn the maximum points. The usual track rules do not apply here, so you'll need to be creative to find the optimal route. The targets are not always where you'd expect. Explore the track to find them all and devise the best strategy.
Whatever that means. So I'm forced to use it. I mean, based on the name, it makes sense. I'm being forced to use a 66 Mustang. All right, sure. Guess I have no choice, right? Don't particularly want that car. Let's go to the garage. Let's see what I can do to upgrade this vehicle. I'm definitely going to upgrade the tires. What can I do for the brakes? Yeah, see, I'm not going to be able to stay in E-Class without that. Let me see here. We'll go with performance brakes. How about Motorsport ECU? Better crankshaft. About customize. No team livery. What do we got for colors here? Well, I do like cherry red, so we'll go with gloss. Patterns, what do we got here? Camo's kind of tacky. I don't know if I want to do that. It's old school. Flames. Somehow I don't think digital looks all that good on here. How about stripes? We give it the Go Faster stripes? Oh, come on. How about the typical 2-line down the middle Go Faster stripes? I wouldn't say it's a typical pattern, but we'll try that. Let me see here. Primary color, we're going to go with white. Secondary color, also going to go with white. All right. Race number. How about we go with lucky number 13? How's that sound? Let me see. There's got to be an old school font. I kind of like that. Yeah, that looks more old school. How about that? Let's see here. P-Cars 3. Yeah, I'll leave it as that for now. Rims. Get some old steel rims. How about that? Material and color. Let's go with metallic. Tires. How about some Bridgestones? How about that? Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't change the size. Yeah, it's a little bit more realistic. We'll do 16-inch wheels. Alright, I think we've done about as good as we're going to do there, so let's back up. Let's try racing. So we're going to race for the first time, competitive race with a car that I've never driven before that, in theory, should have completely different handling characteristics. and braking and acceleration characteristics. With a different race type. What happened to all my paint? And my wheels, and my tires. Man, is this thing slow off the line. Oh, am I supposed to hit these? I'm gonna have to restart then. I didn't know I was supposed to hit those. I thought I was supposed to avoid those things. So that happens when they don't explain the rules to you very well. What kind of a race is this? Seriously. Come on. See, the way these are stacked, I can't even see the track. And they don't have any of the brake warning assist or any of that. It's telling me when I should brake, where the apex is going to be at. I mean, I assume this is the racing line that they want you to take. Come on. I did like seeing earlier on the other corner that they had 2 different racing lines available, so that was kind of neat. I'll continue on. Nice hearing the roar of the V8 engine. Doesn't really feel all that different from the Lancer on the dry pavement. I mean, I don't know. The car feels a little heavier. I'll get that. Let me see here. I mean, the car feels heavier. Again, it's hard to tell without like a real steering wheel. With the steering wheel in the real world, of course, you got power steering and also electric power steering, and then good old-fashioned type. So this car would feel way different than a Lancer if I were to drive this in the real world. Here, I don't know, putting on the brakes and stuff doesn't really feel that different. The 2 things I notice is the car feels heavier. It's harder to whip this thing around a corner the right way. There's my decals and my wheels and everything. And it's definitely a lot slower off the line. It's like starting... It's like starting from a standstill. See, it doesn't seem like I have to correct it as much as I do with the Lancer. That's kind of neat. Alright, thank you. Come on, don't bounce, don't bounce. Love that growl of the engine. That does sound pretty sweet. I'd crank it up even higher, but I don't think anybody would be able to hear me if I did that. Everybody loves the sound of a good V8. I'm glad I upgraded the brakes and the steering. I do like muscle cars. That's the main reason I don't own one. Is a lot. Oh, come on. Oh, that was so bad. Now I'm going to lose all my places. So many of these are about point and squirt, straight line speed. And when you take them out into inclement weather, they're just not well suited for that. So I lost all that lead that I had. Now I got these racers breathing down my neck. They probably will continue to do so for the rest of the track. Or excuse me, the rest of the race. Yep, see? Look at that, he's bumping me. This car just will not accelerate fast enough. Oh, you're so close to going off the track. Look at all of them. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. Fourth one almost passed me. Get out of the way, guys. Come on. That's nice. So that just ruined the race for me and validated my lap time. Guess I'll finish it, but that's probably going to screw me up. Yeah, and now I'm making all kinds of mistakes going around the rest of these corners. Get out of the way, seriously.
Last lap. This is the last lap. Do whatever it takes. You can still take second. Keep on the pressure.
I'd like to take first. That would be even better.
Nice job. That's the fastest first sector.
Come on, you're going way too wide with this, and this car is just... loves to slow down to 10 miles an hour if I go around a corner hard. Same as the Lancer. I don't know what it is about this game. I can let off the brakes. Maybe you guys can notice that. We'll take a look. Next time I gotta do some hard braking, pay attention to the taillights, and I will tell you when my finger is off of the brake. Oh, no, 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 no. This is just going so badly for me now. Come on. Yeah, that was it.
Nicely done. A podium finish. Well deserved.
That was real bad. I'm going to try this one more time, see if I can take first. I don't think I'm going to be able to get any higher than second. Next time I do some hard braking, I'm going to say the word now, and that's when I actually let off the brake versus when the game tells me I did. Wait for that next big hard corner up there. Oops. Oh, that's helpful. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go right ahead. Why not? That's great. Alright, I will say the word now when I stop braking up here.
What a start. Fantastic driving.
It doesn't seem like much, but those taillights stay on a little bit longer compared to when I let my finger go. Now, yeah, you see that? I'm sure you guys have noticed that. Taillights stayed on even though I said to let go. There we go. There, yep. There you go. Validated lap time just by touching the grass. Looking at it the wrong way, that's all it takes. Guys at Codemasters got to realize when you're getting these racing games out, especially the arcade types, you're not going to be dealing with the Formula 1 World Champion playing this video game. It's amazing how he can cut in front of me and take that place back either on the left or the right. Even within like a half second of each other, it's no problem for him to pass me on either side. Come on. I'm telling you, this car is just braking when I do not tell it to brake. And I'm pretty sure I took braking assist off. I believe I went through all the menus deliberately to take a look at driver assists. Of course, the 1966 Mustang, a lot of the cars back then, if not all the cars, I'm pretty sure, did not have any kind of disc brakes like the ones that we have in modern cars today. I think vehicles at the time were using drum brakes. Get out of the way. So I'd definitely expect some braking issues with stock versions of these vehicles, but with newer versions of the car, or a race-modified version of the car, that should not be a concern any longer. Come on! Stop slowing down! As soon as I let off the brake, you should be coasting, not continuing to slow down. Yeah, I'm not getting any higher than second, the way this car's behaving. It just will not stay in a straight line, will not correct itself, will not let off the brake when I let off the brake on my keyboard.
Push as hard as you can. See if you can muscle past and take this win.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen there, pal.
That's the best Sector 1 time of anyone so far. Great job.
Come on, stop! Okay, why am I getting pulled to the right? That's what I want to know right now. Yep, okay, there we go. There go all my positions. So if I'm pushing this guy to the right, why am I getting pulled to the right as soon as I let go of the wheel? It's not like our body panels are locked onto each other. Come on. Come on, I'm telling you to turn. Come on! Accelerate, let's go! Yep, there we go. Can't get any higher than second. Ah, man, was that rotten. Somehow got all the achievements. Cannot capture first on that. Alright, I gotta back out to the menus here because I gotta see what's going on with the computer driver aid controls because I feel like I'm being interfered with when I shouldn't be. Let's go to, let me see here. No, that's graphics. I don't really care about that. Nope. It's not. Let's see, I don't want steering assist, I don't want braking assist, which seems to be like what you're doing. ABS is fine. Stability control should be fine, traction control should be fine. Steering is auto, track guide full. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to look more into that, because I feel like I'm getting interfered with when I'm going around corners. The car, I can't speak to the Lancer, but when I'm noticing immediately when I'm messing around with the Mustang, this thing is staying on the brakes more than I tell it to. Anyway, I do appreciate you guys sticking with me despite all the frustrations. I'm finally far enough along where I can finally unlock D-Class, where it looks like I'm going to be able to get some better cars here.
Congratulations! You've made it to the Road D series. The first step up on your journey towards being crowned the ultimate driver. So let's show the competition what you're made of.
Those are much nicer cars that we finally have here. Now, of course, I just spent a whole ton of money on buying that Mustang for the series that I didn't really want to play. And the fact of the matter is I would either have to sell the cars that I'm working with right now to make up enough money to buy another one, or alternatively, I would have to mod the cars I have to make them competitive. So we're going to see which one of those two that I'm going to do in the near future. For right now, I got to go ahead and end the stream here. I'm going to see if I can do some new content for you guys in the near future. Either another shooter game or maybe something else if I can get Forza to work properly. I probably have to talk with the folks over at XSplit to see why that game doesn't want to behave. And I got 3 unique problems from 3 unique racing games. Grid likes to freeze while I'm playing it, even though the frame rate's great. Just likes to freeze whenever XSplit is launched. If I don't have XSplit working, it's fine. This game likes to crash. Today I didn't have any issues with that, but the other day when I tried launching it, the game would immediately crash as soon as I had XSplit activated. If I had the program closed, it worked fine. And Forza likes to ruin my audio, and it likes to crash now. I got it to record and function the first time, but my audio was chopped up and completely inaudible, and every time since then when I tried to reboot the game with XSplit, it just immediately crashes. So I got to see if I can figure that stuff out. But right now I'm going to sign off. I appreciate you guys sticking with me despite some of the boring and more frustrating moments with the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo in the rain, along with the Mustang hanging onto the brake pedal a little bit too long. But until next time, I'm Unreal. You just watched Stream with an Average Gamer. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.